I vote.
You vote?
I vote. And
Guys, do you have opinions on third-party candidates? Sir, do you have opinions on third-party candidates?
I don't like Republican or Democrat. The third party would be nice, but there's no way in hell that they would even come close to winning.
Where are you guys from?
I'm from Ukraine. Russia.
You two hate each other.
yeah, I mean, like, I'd love if we had no parties, and I'd still vote, just like for the person instead of feeling like you have to feel like committed to a certain party. Because I feel like people feel that. And then there's probably people who, like, even though they like their party, probably hate their candidate. You know?
What's your major?
Finance.
How did I know that? It's the polo. That's how I knew.
Sometimes it tends to be too like bifurcated, where it's like Republican, Democrat, and then you pick one or the other. I think like we need more choices usually.
The way third parties are talked about in the media usually looks something like this.
In a head-to-head matchup between Trump and Biden, they're tied, the two candidates at 44%. But when you add in Cornel West, well, he becomes a spoiler.
Both sides are worried about the spoiler effect.
Critics say it's a spoiler that could pull moderate votes from President Biden.
But my suspicion is that that does not summarize how most people feel about alternative candidates. Now, regardless of the sheer math of the situation, because yes, of course, in 2024, either a Republican or a Democrat is going to win. But I think that most people share a common frustration with the system and would probably be more than happy to see the duopoly go away.
Do you have opinions on third-party candidates? I feel like you do.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit? Could I get them from you?
We're a mess. I don't know if we can fix it, but I don't think I don't think that's the answer to it. The system may not be perfect, but when you go to a third candidate, you now have someone elected who's not been elected by the majority of the public.
Even if it's a small percentage, but if it's a new thing, if it's a different thing, it's good to, give it space, because what if that's the next big thing, you know what I mean? Or like it's something that actually, but in time, more people are going to resonate with. So we have to give chance to the smaller opinions as well.
Everyone have a fair shot, because our two-party system leads to a lot of very segregated opinions that rile up certain fan bases so that people could divide us, versus just like actually having people who want good change.
Well, as a foreign person, I would say it's when you compare, and the Russian person, which situation the country is shitty. I say it's very nice, just like the system is very cool, that it's like two parties are kind of battling within each other. So it gives like in Russia, they have one president for like decades. Like here you actually have to switch and you have to change. And the third parties are also the one who bring more change and who actually gives more opinion to people that is like not only on the two different sides.
Do you think third-party candidates are spoilers?
No, I think that any one candidate, like they're gonna get their votes regardless. I think if a third-party candidate's taking votes away from quote-unquote your party, you're probably just not doing a good enough job to get your fan base to come to you.
They spoil race, yeah, they totally do. Like, I'm kind of hoping Trump runs as a third party to destroy the Republican Party, because they would get dismantled if he ran third party. Or if anybody ran third party. They would shut down whatever side they kind of lean with.
If you take Ross Perot, I mean, that's what happened to Bush. Basically pulled from that crowd. Now, I'm not saying the person went in that was bad. I'm just saying that's what happened. But, maybe this time it's the best thing that could happen. I don't know.
In the sense where, like, there's one person that you specifically do not want, you would have to, like, allocate all the votes to, like, another thing just to get that person to be, like, competitive. But, like, I think that is, like, a slippery slope, though. It has, like, a trickle effect of, like, emphasizing just two people. So it's kind of dangerous. That's what I think about it.
Yeah, again, there might be somebody who has something great to say. And that would be nice to have intelligent adults in there. I don't know, my gut feeling has always been two parties and have the person elected.
Do you feel like we get enough information about third parties in the media, or?
No, not at all. Not at all. In fact, I mean, how many people ran on the presidential ticket in 2020? 16 different parties, and 98% of it went to the two Democrat and Republican parties. So yeah, I mean, I wish we had more information about it.
Some kind of governance over media is also required. You can easily change the course of election by being a biased media. If someone's, influencing the media, that can, influence the election in a negative way.
I actually don't wish we had parties at all. I wish we voted on platforms. I don't think you should have people involved at all. I think it should all be about you vote for these platforms, and then the person who runs for office has a specific platform that they line up with, and whatever platforms line up with that candidate, that's who win. I don't even think we should know their names until the elections are over.
I with no parties. I want no parties.
No parties.
No parties. Just
no
people.
labels is for you.
No labels. People just going up and be like, these are my things, and if you're with it, you're with it. If you're not, you're not. That's all I got.
Have you ever voted third party?
We're from Utah, and so it's going to go Republican no matter what. But voting local in Utah matters. So third party, they always lose. But yeah, I mean, I'm all about third party if it's the right candidate.
Who did you vote for in 2016?
Gary Johnson, yeah, that's who it was. Yeah. He was the one I aligned the most with. And I mean, Hillary was part of the system, and not like I hated her. I liked her more than Trump, but there's just something about her because she was part of the whole system that's already there. That's why I feel disconnected from everything, because yeah, if I would say I'm super independent. I don't align with any party specifically. I lean Democrat, but everything overall, I would say I'm going to look at the individual person.
If you couldn't have voted for Gary Johnson, would you have voted for Hillary or Trump?
Yeah, probably. I mean, if it was down to the two of them, I would have voted for Hillary.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. If you decided to vote for, let's say, Cornel West, if he didn't run, would you then vote for Joe Biden, or would you just stay home?
Well, there's Marianne. I might vote for her. Her talking points have been interesting to me. I mean, I'm still looking at the other candidates, but if there's nobody that interests me and things that I'm passionate about or that affect other people and that affect real people, then I'm not really interested in voting. Because then it's just what does it mean?
And so there you have it. Many people see a value in alternative candidates well beyond how they may or may not get in the way of the establishment's choices. So if you found this video interesting, be sure to share it. If you have ideas for other videos like this, leave a comment below. I would love to hear about them. Make sure you are subscribed to Breaking Points, and I will see you in the next one.